first time. Yo, that's hilarious. Yo, that is hilarious. Yo, shout out to Honey B for rushing me. Shout out to Honey B for rushing Fleek. You're not even here now. Come on. So why is you taking so long? Man, I mean, usually nobody be waiting, so I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was just listening to some Rihanna and all that, to be honest. And if y'all really want to know the truth. Anyway, we here. Welcome to the Most Wise Fleet Valley. We are here. Black Renaissance Podcast. It's the Most Wise. We're gonna get into this. Before we even start this, let me drop the link in the chat. Let me drop this link. So anybody could pull up and all that, say what y'all need to say, do what y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? We here, we showing face and all that. Y'all already know how we giving it up. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't like when I'm speaking on the tribe and all that. You know, I want one nigga to know that it's a real person here. This ain't no computer shit. This ain't none of that. You feel me? First of all, I want to start with. Put on some background music and all that first. Let me get right. Flea Zeus. Flea Zeus. Let's see. Yeah, you are now in tune with the Most Wise Fleet Valley. We are here, Black Renaissance Podcast. It's straight from the Olympic Mountains, Olympus. Some niggas call me Fleet, some niggas call me Zeus. But my mother called me Dave, y'all. Oh man. Tariq got up on these niggas' ass. Oh man. We gotta get into this, y'all. So, I'm not sure if y'all know, but Tariq Nasheed finally came out for the trial. But I was Oh wow, see I didn't even know that. So look, right? So check this out, right? Because even in Tariq's thumbnails on his last video before like, dude, you on the whole, you know what I'm saying? You on a whole nother side, but that's my fault, man. This might take a little bit. Fuck, I'm not doing like this. I might want to do that though. Yeah, so I didn't even know that this you see this thumbnail right here, that I believe that was actually like one of the pull-ups, and that was 2 days ago. That was like Sunday. So yeah, they definitely didn't have a real claim to what they were trying to say to Tariq and all that. But anyway, let me take this off real quick, change this out. Usually I'm put in a different section of my apartment and all that. Oh, okay, my fault. They're like, yo. But yeah, so while I'm getting to this and all that, let me explain the situation. So, Oh, here we go. There we go. All right, cool. So yeah. Tariq was in Atlanta doing the Revolt Summit and all that. And while he was out there doing the Revolt Summit, basically, Secure the Tribe was having pull-ups and stuff like that as well. And I guess they felt the way. Because Tariq didn't promote their pull-ups. Like, or they did. What's legally called a rally? It's not even called a pull-up. It's legally called a rally. And this is, and you're not gonna understand what I'm saying right now. Hey, look at my joint. Look at mine right underneath Tariq Nasheed. Hey, shout out to that. But so if you look at, let me see if I can, I'm trying to make this. There we go. Yeah, it got to be one or the other. Jesus Christ. Let's go with this overlay real quick. All right, so now you see that middle one that says what's the impact of nationwide reparation rallies and stuff like that. That thumbnail, that's a Secure the Tribe thumbnail. Now keep that in mind. I actually want to pause the music for this right here. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. What I just said. That's a thumbnail for Secure the Tribe and stuff like that. So when I start playing this audio, you understand like where he's coming from, where they coming from, and all that. And then I'm also going to show you like the coverage of the actual protests and stuff like that, and get into why Tariq wasn't really covering them and how this Twitter group went from a conversation to extreme radicalists. And I would honestly suggest that any activists, any all my foundational Black Americans and stuff like that, should probably ease away from that movement, because within 2 years they definitely will be in jail. That's 100% fact. That's 100% fact. You know what I'm saying? But the only difference is they're not going to take the whole FBA down with them. You know what I'm saying? Like what they're trying to do, they're trying to take Tariq Nasheed down, Jason Black. They're trying to take down everybody. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna take down everybody. So let's get into it. Like I said, share this link and all that. But let me get into this real quick. Let's get the playback going. Yeah, so and then in the meantime, in between time, Jesus Christ, and that'd be the thing too, because I hope playing, and that be the fucking shit sometimes. You be playing these like little ad videos, and then that should end up coming back as like a copyright and all that. Like I already listened, starred and caught me slipping. We gotta battle it out and court and all that. And that's another thing, man. You know, I wasn't even going to record because your man the Star report, fucking abusing copyright infringements and all that. Like nobody even think it's copyright. Like nigga, like you're a news reporter. How could anybody take your copyright? What are you talking about? Like you speaking on like public conversation. But let's get into it, man. And let me know if y'all can hear the audio.
Everybody hop on and room. What's going on, fam? What's up, Adonis? What's going on with the fam?
And shout out to Adonis, man. You know what I'm saying? Sharing his truth and sharing his story. You know what I'm saying? That shit is very, very, very hard to be honest, bro, and be vulnerable and you know, and let other people judge your situation and all that. You feel me? Everybody could judge your situation. Niggas don't be letting they like be known. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so shout out to Adonis, man. Like, it takes a lot of courage and all that to do what you did that day. What's understood ain't gotta be said. You heard? FBA. But if you can hear it, though, if you can hear the audio, if you can hear Tariq and all that, that means just put a F in the chat. You feel me?
Shout out to Brother Wayne, real solid brother. We have fans. Everybody come on through. There's a shot. We're here. We in here. I just got back to LA today from Atlanta. We had a phenomenal weekend down in Atlanta. I stayed an extra day. And my sister Kate did a pilot for the earth. So we were, we were still in it. We had to lay over another day there. With me and my sister Tez. And we were both families and people of the boat are phenomenal people. Phenomenal people. Look, man, I get home and there's a bunch of BS. What's up, Juicy? I see you. Shout out to Juicy.
And shout out to Juicy too. I just followed them. I got my phone on me. I'm gonna tell y'all. But shout out to Juicy, man. Follow her thing.
I've been just hearing
follow her black media page.
I'm not really listening to all of it. Just little clips here and there. Dudes talking hella reckless. Any of those dudes here? Yeah, let's get some straightening here.
And let's be clear, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the tribe been talking, not the tribe, because I want to be clear too, because the Foundation of Black Americans is the real tribe. You get what I'm trying to say? And these Secure the Tribe brothers, they built this whole situation on semantics. They built this whole situation on, you know what I'm saying, kind of bait and switch tactics. You feel me? And most niggas kind of caught on, like, hold on, this ain't really FBA. This ain't really Tariq Nasheed. This is definitely not Jason Black. This is definitely not New Black Media and stuff like that. This is like a fringe radicalist group. Niggas start, moving away. You get what I'm trying to say? Now, they did have a very popular space, I believe, in like January of 2022, because the street and stuff like that, right? So, I hope that you blog on this podcast and start including a date sometimes. Because I be listening to stuff, I'm like, dude, this shit could be today, this shit could be yesterday, this shit could be last decade. Like, what the fuck? Let me be more clear. But I digress. The tribe really tries to use semantics to kind of like manipulate people to join their ranks and stuff like that, and then you don't even know like you're in the tribe and secure the tribe. And you think that you're in a tribe, right? Just the tribe, right? Which is just like a kind of a slang for FBA, like yo, we the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like you my tribal members and stuff like that. Which is where the WWE gets that tribal leader Roman Reigns type of, you know what I'm saying? Vince McMahon and WWF is is inspired by real life and stuff like that. So when they speak about Roman Reigns and the bloodline and him having the championship for 2 years straight, just know they're talking about Tariq Nasheed. The only undefeated debater in the world is 7-0.
Y'all need to hop on in here and say some of the shit with your chest. And it's good to get the bullshit out. And we need to get some straightening and get everything out on the table. What's up, Marcel? Marcel, was people saying some stuff about you too? Yeah, we need to get some straightening. Let's put all this on.
Hey, they be loving Marcel. I ain't gonna lie. They love talking about the time they defended Marcel.
I like it. There's been a lot of, let's be real, let's keep it a buck. There's been a lot of slick answers to some of y'all cats for a minute that I don't even do. Y'all been, some of y'all have been slick yesterday, making those slick comments that I've been hearing about for a minute. But now, some of y'all felt like you want to go ahead and say it with your chest. Okay, I rock with that. I rock with that all day. Let's put that line in the sand to see what's what. I want some of them to come on in here.
Let's put that line in the sand and see what's what. That's gangster right there.
You did?
Put that line in the sand, and if you don't know, you know what that line in the and if you don't know what that line in the sand is, for like, you know, just like, you know, a lot of younger cats or whatever the case may be. I mean, and it's very kinda, you know, I think your face will put it, but the line in the sand is just more or less, it's letting your frenemies, right? Because I ain't gonna lie, like that's a term I like to use, and I used it like 2-3 years ago, and that was like just sort of like the change in my life, you know, just letting your frenemies know, like, listen, if you cross this line, like, you flip, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta put that line in the stand, like, no more, like, you know, sneak this and subliminal shit, sneak hating, sneak thievery, and nothing like that. You feel me? You gotta put that line in the sand with your family, you gotta put that line in the sand with your cousins, you gotta put that line in the sand with your gang. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put that line in the sand with people that you consider family, people that you consider close and stuff like that. You know, when you get to a certain level, you know, you get to a certain type of growth or whatever, it's time to put that line in the sand. Because you gotta let niggas know, man, yo, you cross this, it's over. And the tribe, and secure the tribe cross that line.
The small rallies in different cities around the country, and they're upset with me and the other people in the new black media for not giving them coverage. It's not the excuse. It's like we didn't give coverage. We didn't put their look up to this supposed to be added up. Come on, man, don't we add bullshit excuses like that to justify funky energy you already had. That's just what you already had, and that's just those focus excuses that you're using to kind of just pop off. You dig? That's weak. And you know it's weak. And, you know, people ain't really buying that. Again, man, the energy, has been so distant and taking little shots for it. Mel, where's Mel? Mel was always out here. And Mel, we still know the piece of Mel a year or so ago. Talking slick about me, talking and taking shots. You've been on that interview. Don't act like this is something new. What I didn't do just set you up. Y'all been on some of that interview. Where y'all at? Let's get some straight. Let's talk some real talk here. Where y'all at? Where these dudes at? I want to get them.
Then they get missing.
So they can say it with their chest.
They get missing, man.
Where's Booby? Booby, where you at, brother? Y'all tap Booby on the shoulder and have him come on in here. We're gonna get some straight. We're gonna lay this shit all out today. Let me get not out the woods. Let's get in there. We're gonna get all this stuff. Somebody give me a rundown of what they're supposedly.
Nah, this first person though is hilarious. I ain't gonna lie.
White was.
Yo, why they keep writing FBA?
What's up, Dada? Yo, what up, Tariq? What's up, man? Where you at? I'm back on. I'm back on. All right, hop on. We'll be hop on. Yo, I can hear you. I can hear you, man. So, Louis, what was this supposed the thing that just set you cats off all of the reckless talk about me just out the blue? I mean, it really wasn't no reckless talk. I just thinking about black people and how stuff across the country. It wasn't covered by the black media. So it's like, what's going on? I know people that do they service to K5, but we're pushing the message. So we expect a blue black media, and we expect the blue black media to but Doobie, I was hearing you say some stuff like it was y'all for the security tribe that made me talk off and behind it. I'm getting interviews because of you guys. Do you believe that? What I said was on this conversation last week, I said it all the time. This conversation that's going on right now. A lot of people that don't live up to this conversation. It's hardly any of this. We got no problem, no everything. I think that when you tell me the FBA to look at what security tribe is, I never got to it. I said, we didn't go. I said, we didn't let you go to your time to do what we did. That's what I said. So I know, like, the rest of that thing is pretty hot to record. All the video bitch ass niggas, we don't move like this, bro. I don't understand them type of niggas, but hey, that's cool though.
See all that though? See all that? See all that right there? All that, I don't move like them B1 bitch ass niggas and all that. Like, come on. What's all that for? Like, really, what's all that for? Like, it'd be a lot of extra, you know what I'm saying, hostility and all that. Like, it'd be so much extra, just extraness, bro. Like, I ain't gonna even lie. Like, I don't be feeling that energy, man.
Listen, we always did you up for months. We never had no problem. But it was seeming like you were talking like y'all got me popping, and I'm doing all of these interviews with no jumper and academics because y'all got me popping. No, I said reparations trending like crazy. All this shit, the energy from their space, how this immigration, yes, a lot of this shit that's going on, the energy is we didn't create a big platform. We just kept the heat up in the kitchen. We said we created it in the kitchen. They had to try to rock with it. Some niggas came together and tried to say something that they didn't talk. That's what really happened. The conversation ended. Y'all up in a minute, but let's speak to this. All right, this weekend there were several rallies and certain events about reparations organized by different people. I see sits around the country this weekend where there were people being whipped. I saw like RPG flags and African flags, and I saw Kansas speakers. So I don't know who was who, to be honest. I'll keep it a buck. I'm like, okay, I don't know who this dude is or who these people are with these RBG flags, and they got Pan-Africanists. I don't know who they are, but they're talking about reparations, so shout out to them. So I don't know who's who, to be honest. Let me keep it a buck. I don't be on the spaces like that, especially this weekend, because we were down in Atlanta doing the Revolt Summit. We were down in Atlanta doing a huge event, having a huge reparations conversation. I'm up there with Camilla Moore, who's with the Reparations Task Force. She was sitting right next to me when we're doing the thing down in Atlanta, so we're doing our own event. Teslin, she was right there with us. Teslin is one of the most thorough political strategists in the country. So we're out there doing our work. So we're really focused on our work for the whole betterment of reparations as a whole. I'm just simply not focused on every single conversation about reparations. Everybody's on code. We're going to do our part. Everybody does their part. And we get the conversation of reparations to go into the lexicon. That's what I'm thinking that we're doing, right? I didn't know we're supposed to give out goddamn participation awards to everybody. I didn't know we were doing that. I didn't know this was motherfucking kindergarten. When niggas are up here arguing about somebody didn't get no credit and all of that. I don't know who's who. And truth be told, and here's the thing, I gave people credit too. The Secure the Tribe Cats. Yaya, where you at, Yaya? You here, dear? Because I heard you were talking real reckless, Yaya. I actually gave Cat props. Monday morning.
Now I know why Yaya ain't pull up.
Early, right before I went to the vote, I was chopping it up with somebody on this space, and I was shouting out a lot of the people that I saw involved after I figured out who was who to a certain degree. And I didn't get too detailed about the names for a reason, and I didn't get too specific about certain things for a reason. But Monday morning, I'm like, hey man, shout out to everybody who got involved. Shout out to the task force in California. Shout out to the Secure the Tribe brothers. Shout out to Yaya. Shout out to their rallies and all of that. And then I come to find out they're upset because I used the word rally instead of pull up. Really? 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 So there was a, really? If we doing this, we getting into semantics. You're upset because I shouted you out, but I said a rally instead of a pull up. Let me get Sonny in here. Sonny, hop on, brother. Let's get some clarity going on. What's up, Sonny?
Flex, what's going down, my G?
What's up, brother? What's going on?
Man, this what's going on, Flex, man. A lot of people feel a certain way because anytime it's beef and drama with Secure the Tribe, it's millions of spaces created. You already know this, Flex. It's millions of spaces. People can't wait for the drama, for the bullshit. You got, listen, you got Sir Major, you got little minions running around this app. They don't have no type of content, no scholarship, no intellectual shit, no information that these people kicking. But anytime it's drama and it's beef, in these Twitter spaces, they got millions of rooms.
Nah, that's kind of funny.
Something positive is fire. We was able to galvanize and organize nationwide pull-ups. And people been downplaying even the space that we had earlier in January, bro. That was a 2 million space. Twitter not gonna give us those numbers. They gonna keep downplaying that how does immigration.
Yo, these niggas,
Black
man,
American
they
space,
do
like
not let
that
that
space was
go.
monumental. Yeah, it was so many articles and news channels covering that shit. So we definitely did move the lexicon with that conversation. But I
gave Cat props. I gave Cat props on there. So why am I the bad guy all of a sudden? What the fuck did I do?
You're not the bad guy. We fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell?
We fuck with you, but I listen. I'm gonna be honest with you, though, Flex. I can't. That's it. That's it. I can't save the rest of the new black media, bro, because when it's time for drama and bullshit, we've been talking about pull up. Listen, if you go on my timeline, Flex, I've been organizing the Florida pull up for the past 3 months. Ain't nobody said nothing. So I just think we gotta be, because we can't pick and choose what part of the lineage that we went out for reparations for the whole lineage. You know what I'm saying? So listen, and there's gonna be more spaces going on after this. I know this, but don't be biased. If you're gonna point out the negative shit the Secure the Tribe shit do, you gotta point out the positive. That's all that I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying, Flex.
Right, and that's what I thought I was doing. I'm like, hell, even though niggas, I've been hearing little slick disses, I don't give a shit. As long as you're doing something for reparations, man. Monday morning, I'm shouting y'all out. I'm like, hey, man, props to them brothers. They got folks to come on out to represent. I'm giving all types of props. And then today, fuck yeah, I'm all types of this. I'm like, whoa. But thank you, Sonny. What's that about, man? That ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. That what we doing? And then it gets into these semantics. Well, I said I was shouting them out for the rally instead of saying pull up. And they're supposed to be mad about that? Let me tell you why I didn't say the word pull up. I'm not going to say pull up and say people's names. I'm not going to do that because have y'all seen some of the white media's coverage of the pull-ups from the weekend? What they're focusing on are the brothers who had guns out.
Now let's get into that.
Paint brothers as radical.
Yeah, let's get into that right there. Let's get into that. Daily Mail did a article on the situation, and I'm gonna pull that up. While you speak.
They're trying to make this thing seem like it's some kind of radical, hostile march. Okay? Y'all better chill out with that. Hey, we need to get some shine. Hey, sometimes everybody ain't trying to get no shine. Everybody don't need no shine at the moment. You don't want to make this thing centralized. Come on, man. Y'all better start thinking. And why didn't Tariq give me props? Because I'm not fucking DJ Vlad. I'm not gonna.
Let's bring that back. That's a very important statement.
Man, that ain't cool.
Let me stop this music.
That ain't cool.
That shit is fucking up the whole vibe.
I don't think it's an accident.
Wait, we got ads? Jesus Christ, man. Get your money, man. Fuck it.
That what we doing? And then it gets into these semantics. Well, I said I was shouting them out for the rally instead of saying pull up. And they're supposed to be mad about that? Let me tell you why I didn't say the word pull up. I know I'm not going to say pull up and say people's names. I'm not going to do that because have y'all seen some of the white media's coverage of the pull-ups from the weekend? What they're focusing on are the brothers who had guns out there. So they're trying to low-key paint brothers as radical. They're trying to make this thing seem like it's some kind of radical, hostile march. Okay? Y'all better chill out with that. Hey, we need to get some shine. Hey, sometimes everybody ain't trying to get no shine.
I was about to slap the shit out one of my neighbors on. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to make
the hate
this
be
thing
real.
centralized. Come on, man. Y'all better start thinking. And why didn't Tariq give me props? Because I'm not fucking DJ Vlad. I'm not going to let you hang yourself in the long run. I'm going to reel you in. I'm going to save you from you. Let's talk real right now. Sometimes you don't want to stand in front of shit pointing at your goddamn self. Watch how they're trying to flip this coverage. No, I'm not going to sit up here and say, hey, yeah, shout out to Mel for organizing a pull-up where they had armed protesters. No, I'm not going to say no shit like that. I'm not going to put a target on this dude. You got to watch what you...
Nah, look at how they covered it, though. Take your ass home. Heavily armed black rights groups march through Austin chanting anti-illegal migrant. Holy shit. Yo, these niggas is crazy, son. Yo, these niggas is crazy, yo. Shout out to FBA, but yo, that's wild. That's wild. Hold on, my fault. Wow. This is my first time reading the article. And let me take off the overlay real quick. Because niggas actually, creatives over here. You don't just be pulling up fucking generic bullshit. Could this have changed so you could read the fucking article? Alright, there we go. Take your ass home. Heavily armed black rights group marched through Austin chanting anti-illegal migrant slogans, demands Biden close the border, and calls for reparations to be paid now. Nah, but I ain't gonna lie to I respect it though. I ain't gonna hold you. I respect it. Like that right there, I definitely respect. It's just like, damn, that's like I never even seen the article written with a curse in the first four in the first 4 words. Like, damn. activists with Black Self-Defense Group held an Second Amendment Unity Walk. So what? This don't even say nothing about FBA. That's a whole nother thing too. This shit don't say nothing about FBA. This shit don't say, like, you know what I'm saying? Saturday, in Austin, Texas, where they marched to the State House. A group called for President Biden to close the borders and demanded reparations for descendants of enslaved people and the hate crime bill protecting Black. Okay, at least, you know what I'm saying? I wish it was more just focused on this one aspect right here. All this other stuff, Second Amendment, Unity Walk, and all this other, like, dude, that just sound like y'all want to show y'all guns. Like, you know what I'm saying? That just sound like y'all just felt like a legal way to just show niggas y'all got hammers. The group was led by the Elmer Geronimo Pratt Pistol and Rifle Gun Club. It was led by, I thought it was led by Secure the Tribe. The way they going hard. The march comes after Texas Governor Abbott sent 2 buses of migrants to VP Kamala Harris's home, and Governor DeSantis sent a plane of 50 migrants. So now they flipped it like this is a response to the Democrats. So now they basically painted, well, Marcel is a Democrat, so I can't. You know what I'm saying? Marcel is definitely a Democrat, even though, you know, sometimes he could speak. He speaks conservative, but he definitely votes Democrat. So I don't know what you would call it. I guess you would call it like center left. I think that's what they call those type of people. Center left. So yeah, Marcel Dixon is definitely like a center left candidate. Harris slammed Republicans for playing games with human lives and busing migrants across the country. So let's see if they got some video. I'm gonna read through this, but let me see if they got video. Oh, here we go. Okay, do got video. God damn, what the fuck this shit? See, you know, how the fuck this shit take? Here we go. Okay, shout out to her. Black power. I ain't gonna lie, that shit kind of sound like some some Republican shit. Oh, that sound like how the fucking KKK be saying that shit. Black power. Nah, my son gangbanging with the reparations.
Do not dare make the mistake of thinking you will get our vote simply because we believe in exercising our.
I want to know who they protecting her from.
Governor Abbott, don't think we are standing with you because we are against illegal immigration. We mean business today, and our business is tangible. Reparations is the restorative justice claim, a debt that's owed to our ancestors that built this land with their blood, sweat, and tears. We all we got. We all we got. We all we got.
we don't have a problem with immigration itself, but we do have a problem with illegal immigration because a lot of times jobs are taken away from black people because of illegal immigration. If you go into subdivisions, brand new built subdivisions, all the employees who work there are Mexicans. There's no black people that work there. I mean, every single employee is a Mexican. You go from subdivision to subdivision, and you see the same thing. Factory jobs, illegal immigrants work there. So black people are locked out from employment. Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power!
In this country, who built this country?
Man, my shit lagging like a motherfucker.
We are the Black Americans that have a lineage that built this country. Up for blood, sweat, and tears in the midst of terror. We want our reparations, damn it!
Now, right now. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah. Reparations.
Do not dare make the mistake in thinking you will get our vote simply because we believe in exercising our Second Amendment. Yes, I'm talking to you, Ted Cruz and Governor Abbott. Don't think we are standing with you because we are against illegal immigration. We mean business today, and our business is tangible. Reparations is a restorative justice claim, a debt that's owed to our ancestors that built this land with their blood, sweat, and tears.
We all we got. We all we got. We all we got. We all we got. We all we need. We all we got. We all we need. We don't have a problem with immigration itself, but we do have a problem with illegal immigration because a lot of times jobs are taken away from black people because of illegal immigration. If you go into subdivisions, brand new built subdivisions, all the employees who work there are Mexicans. There's no black people that work there. I mean, every single employee is a Mexican. You go from subdivision to subdivision, and you see the same thing. Factory jobs, illegal immigrants work there. So black people are locked out from employment due to illegal immigration. So we want to stop illegal immigration so black people can make living wages.
Well, I definitely agree with they talking points. So can't lie about that. Definitely agree with that. So shout out to them.
Say around these parts when it comes to stuff like this. Watch the words you use. Yes, I said rally. I said rally for a reason. I did not say cool at all. That what we doing? And then it gets into these semantics. Well,
For reparations for the whole lineage. You know what I'm saying? So listen, and there's going to be more spaces going on after this. I know this, but don't be biased. If you're going to point out the negative shit the Secure the Tribe shit do, you got to point out the positive. That's all that I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying, Flex Time. You know,
that's what I thought I was doing. I'm like, hell. And even though niggas, I've been hearing little split disses, I don't give a shit. As long as you're doing something for reparations, man. Monday morning, I was shouting y'all out. I'm like, hey, man, props to them brothers. They got folks to come on out to represent. I'm giving all types of props. And then today, fuck in, I'm all types of this. I'm like, whoa. But thank you, Sonny. Yeah, that what's that about, man? That ain't cool. That ain't cool at all.
That's money. That's cash out.
For 40 years, Food Bank for New York City.
Jesus Christ.
That what we doing? And then it gets into these semantics. Well, I said I was shouting them out for the rally instead of saying pull up. And they're supposed to be mad about that? Let me tell you why I didn't say the word pull up. I'm not going to say pull up and say people's names. I'm not going to do that because have y'all seen some of the white media's coverage of the pull-ups from the weekend? What they're focusing on are the brothers who had guns out there. So they're trying to low-key paint brothers as radical. They're trying to make this thing seem like it's some kind of radical, hostile march. Okay? Y'all better chill out with that. Hey, we need to get some shine. Hey, sometimes everybody ain't trying to get no shine. Everybody don't need no shine at the moment. You don't want to make this thing centralized. Come on, man. Y'all better start thinking. And why didn't Tariq and them give me props? Because I'm not fucking DJ Vlad. I'm not going to let you hang yourself in the long run. I'm going to reel you in. I'm going to save you from you. Let's talk real right now. Sometimes you don't want to stand in front of shit pointing at your goddamn self. Watch how they're trying to flip this coverage. No, I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, yeah, shout out to Mel for organizing a pull-up where they had armed protesters. No, I'm not going to say no shit like that. I'm not going to put a target on this dude. You got to watch what you say around these parts when it comes to stuff like this. Watch the words you use. Yes, I said rally. I said rally for a reason. I did not say pull-up. Pull-up sounds hostile. All right? If you put somebody's name somewhere and say, hey, this person organized a pull-up where there were armed protesters, look at how that reads on a federal indictment. You better think how that shit is going to read on a damn indictment. I'm going to save you from...
And that's a fact, though. Like, niggas don't even understand, like, yo, bro. You know, it's just coming out that at the other pull-up, right? It was a couple pull-ups. Well, really rallies, but, you know, Foundational Black Americans, we speak in African American Vernacular English, AAVE. That is basically like, you know, the language that we adopted after we kind of let go of like Tutnese and, you know, wasn't like, I guess, like properly passed down. So we basically speak in slang. Pull up is just another way to say rally. You feel me? And at the rally in California, in which we spoke about foundational Black Americans like Nordez and all that, Nordos, I guess that's Twitter handle, but whatever figure her name is. When she spoke against that American Cholo dude coming at Tiger, do you know that it was 20 police officers right behind the building? There was federal agents and unmarked vehicles parked right, like directly right there. Mind you, it was 2-3 different rallies. And they attended each one of them. Like, you understand? What's up, my brother? You probably can't see yourself yet. What's good? Let us know how you feel, man. Let us know how you feel. You got to unmute yourself.
There we go. You got me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. What's good, my brother?
Okay, how's it going? Does it sound good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay, hey, so I was looking at I've actually subscribed to your channel for a while. I've been looking at your videos kind of like from the clouds. And then, you know, this is one of your first lives that I caught. So I figured I'd come on up that you didn't have, you got some people listening, but you got the link there. So I figured I'd come on up and just kind of, you know, add a couple of things. It's very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting that they're framing this as I'm looking at the article and talking about, you know, armed group, radicals and all this other stuff. Look, Black people aren't really asking for much, just asking for reparations, which is a debt that's been owed since 1865. and they're talking about securing the border. And now they're trying, and what they're going to try to do is make that sound as if it's anti-immigrant or xenophobic, which, the guy literally said there's no problem with it. Just, get the border under control and just, make sure they're doing the right things with it. I don't see what the issue is when, this is what I know with 100% certainty as a Black American, especially as a Black man, is that I can't break the law in America. So why is it everybody else can break the laws? We pick and choose which laws we want to, enforce, and they're being very selective. And if the law is the law, then let's make it a law. But and let's enforce the laws. But they're just trying to paint this whole thing as if Black people are just kind of being radical about simply asking for reparations and to get the doggone border under control. I don't understand the problem with that.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with their point and like their talking points. Their talking points come from Tariq Nasheed, the person that's speaking. So just to give you like a little bit of context on the situation, are you familiar with Secure the Tribe and Twitter Spaces and stuff like that?
I've been around. I've looked at them. I've listened to some of them, but I hadn't really. I hadn't participated. I just kind of listened from the background.
Yeah.
So hear what they say.
Yeah. So more or less, Secure the Tribe. It's about like 15, 20 different like foundation Black Americans. That's more like on the like radical side, and I 100% understand. Like you just looking at it from a Black American standpoint and saying like we all have our Second Amendment rights. We all have freedom of speech and stuff like that. So we all have the right to rally. But you have to understand that.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
These people narrative outside of the talking points, like those, like I said, those talking points was provided by Tariq Nasheed, but outside of the talking points and stuff like that, like they probably was doing a lot of other aggressive things. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get to like fully read the article yet. I just like see the video and I just like know them and been going back and forth with them, whatever the case may be. But like outside of what they said about migrants and things of that nature, they also ran away a Ukrainian dude and stuff like that. Like I've heard like some rumors and stuff where I guess like a white supremacist dude,
did they chase him down or something?
Yeah, very aggressively and stuff like that. So that's why Tariq Nasheed was condemning them and stuff like that. And then they also had problems with like sites like blogs like mine and other blogs like Jason Black, Moment of Truth, and all these other people who didn't really cover the protest or the rally because they see it going in a radical direction. And mind you, prior to them even having this rally, they've been planning it for 3 months now. And all along the line, I've been in the Twitter Spaces, Jason Black has been in the Twitter Spaces, Tariq, and we've been telling them like, listen, do not focus so heavily on like this like aggressive Black man, like this like fake pseudo this pseudo Black Panther type of like movement in 2022. We don't need that. You understand? Like we could do this intellectually. We could do this with more like just like decadence, with more like elegance. We don't like. There was no need to bring that much guns out there. There's no crowd. You understand? Like,
okay, I see. Yeah, the idea is to do what you need to do, but not draw attention.
Exactly.
Just push the politicians and use the system and I get that. Now, this is the only. I'm not gonna say it's pushback, but this is the only observation I would make is that Black people have been trying to use the system for decades. Black people Black people and Black men, we're the only group that plays fair. Everybody else cheats. Everybody's cheating out here, all of them. And when I say all of them, I mean basically if you're not Black, then that's all the other groups, all the special interest groups, all the other racial groups, they're all cheating, every last one of them. And they get upset when I say that, but look at all the help that they're getting. So that to me, that's cheating. If you're getting economic advantages from the United States government, you're getting all of this help. You get to do whatever it is you want. You get to break laws whenever you want. There's no enforcement except on Black people. Then, as far as I'm concerned, that's cheating. So I understand what they're trying to do. And it makes sense, but the other part of that too is you're right with the guns, and with the I can see how if somebody says secure the border, it can sound xenophobic, but that's hell. I mean, they're talking about that on Fox News almost every day. almost every other day, if not every day, they're talking about the border. They're talking about Kamala Harris, how she's failing at the border. Ain't nobody saying they're xenophobic. Nobody's saying that they're anti-immigrant. And that's a whole bunch of white people saying it. Nobody's bothering them. So I look at it like this: if you're going to come after black folks, then go out then go out to Fox News too. If you're scared, then just say that.
I don't think that like that. That's secure the border and stuff like that. I don't believe that that's xenophobic people. Like I 100% agree. Like I said, like they're talking much. I agree with them. Listen, deep down in my heart, I am like really proud of them, and I'm happy for what they did and stuff like that. But I just understand, as everybody with some type of like knowledge and history of how Black civil rights movements, has been going in America and will probably go pushing towards like the future and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We just wanted to have like a better image, because at the end of the day, we are all aligned like with the same ideology. We're all aligned with the same teachers, and we don't want like our teachers, right? Like our elders to and for lack of better terms, like be arrested for something that you know what I'm trying to say? Like the FBI knocks on Tariq Nasheed's door when
they're hot on his case, or they're hot on his tail because of stuff that he's saying. And now this is the interesting thing, and this is just my observation, and historically speaking, Black people don't have to do anything. Black people are not storming the Capitol. They had 5,000 plus people January 6, 2020, right? Up there, 2021, up there storming the Capitol. Very few of those people got punished. I mean, some of them did get punished. I think the most anybody's got is maybe about 15, I don't know, so many years in jail or something like that. Most of them got a slap on the wrist, and a lot of them didn't even get arrested. So Black people aren't out here running around doing any of that. It's just, you show up, you say, hey, let's look at the reparations issue. Let's get that squared away. Look, here's the problem. The United States is really messed up, because what they've done is they paid reparations to the Native Americans. They're still paying it to the Native Americans to this day. They're getting their money. They're getting land. Japanese Americans, they got their reparations, for the World War II internment. Even slave owners, they got their reparations. Not even reparations, they got paid for quote unquote loss of property. So, when Black enslavement ended in 1865, they were like, okay, you guys lost your slaves, we're going to compensate you for that loss. So, if nobody was supposed to get reparations, then nobody should have got paid at all. And the fact that it's been due since 1865, I'll go online, I'll look at a lot of the comments. You have a lot of people say that, oh, well, you didn't suffer through it. Nobody living today suffered through it. But you know what? Same thing. You can say the same thing with Native Americans. They didn't suffer through it. They're getting their money. They're getting their land. They got half the state of Oklahoma just about a year and a half ago. That was happening under President Trump. They got, Joe Biden, you gave them like $20 billion just this year. So, I mean, they're getting all this money. So that's essentially their reparations. So if they got the money for them, then where's the money for a debt that's been due since, since 1800s?
Where is our reparations? And that's what we are trying to figure out. So let's get back to this video and all that. You can mute up. And if anything to chime in, just chime in.
Yeah.
Hopefully this thing was playing. Sorry. I had it on
questions before you jump out the window.
Suspect the white supremacist media. Some of you guys, man, y'all brothers are young. Y'all brothers are like 22, 23. Let me let y'all know something now.
Here comes
We're
that.
celebrating.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, you definitely made some great points, and I appreciate, you coming up here and making it more elegant and
Yeah, it's just when I try to have the conversation with people who are, with Black people and then people who are non-Black, I just give them those examples. I'm like, y'all are sitting here talking about Black people don't deserve reparations. It's too hard to trace. It's so long ago. You guys didn't suffer through enslavement. That stopped whining about. I mean, like they say basically all the talking points, that you generally hear.
All of the Fox News talking points, and it's like, but y'all are still benefiting from all of the things that our slaves created. Like y'all are, your parents and your grandparents have passed out as opposed to speaking about ancients, right? White supremacists, white people. Their ancestors passed down generational wealth after generational wealth that always, almost all the time, you can literally look at any millionaire in America today and look at their ancestry. Every one of them traces back to some way, shape, or form either slavery or some aspect of like benefits from slavery.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely, absolutely. So I mean, it's
like you didn't have a plantation and that was this, but it's like, well, you still was a like a shop owner, so you sold the plantation, the tools that they need. So you probably didn't have slaves, but the slaves still provided the money for those for those plantation owners to buy the equipment from your shop, so it's all these little like nuanced conversations and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're right though. For Black people who are going for reparations, they really need to try to go through those organizations and agencies that are in place. But the bottom line is what the Congressional Black Caucus, they've been completely ineffective since their inception. I think they came around in the 1970s. They haven't done anything, and they do everything except talk about Black issues. And matter of fact, even if they do talk about Black issues, they don't do any. They haven't delivered anything. I mean, it's been decades. Same thing with the NAACP. Urban League, heck, even Black Lives Matter. I mean, all that money that was donated and now it's stolen. So, there's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of mismanagement. There's nothing being produced. And I heard them talking about, they were screaming, hey, no vote or don't vote Democrats or if you don't, show up with anything or produce any tangible results, then don't expect a vote. And that the Democrats really shouldn't expect to get a vote from Black people. That's one thing Black people need to do differently. Black people have been voting Democrat way too long, so Black people need to do that differently.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a registered Republican, and I'm gonna play the video based on that.
You're a registered Republican? I have a hard time trusting anybody, so I'm an independent. I have a hard time voting because they want you to register as something. They go, you got to be registered as a Republican or a Democrat. And when I refuse to do that, and so in Florida, that's where that's where I do a lot of my voting, and yeah, they don't. Now they're actually trying to change that rule. They're trying to change that law so that way you don't have to be registered. You can just be an independent. You can vote either way. You don't have to tell anybody what you're voting for. But I don't want to be listed as either one. But I mean, but that's fine if you are. It's no issue or problem. It's just, I got a problem with all the parties because nobody's just coming through. Nobody's doing the right thing. I mean, America is very interesting. When you look at how laws are enforced. Disproportionately against one specific group, and then they're unfairly enforced, and then sometimes they don't even enforce the law. You have people out here breaking laws. They don't get arrested. They don't have to go to trial. They don't have to do anything. And even if they do get arrested, they might not even get convicted. So it's just, there's a lot of hypocrisy. Again, with the reparations. If nobody deserves reparations, then why are Native Americans still getting the reparations? Why are they getting it? See, nobody, so when I ask people that, they're like, oh, well, it's their land and they deserve it. Okay, then what about all the groups who deserve it? So people cannot explain this intelligently. They can't explain it in a logical way. So really it's just, you Black people, we just ain't gonna give it to you. Y'all deserve it. And it's better for them to just go ahead and say that.
See,
versus beating around the bush.
Yeah, it's anti-Blackness, white supremacy. We know what it is, but at the same notion too, we got to be prepared for a very long fight, and we can't, have people like this stereotype that hangs over the Black man, right? Mm-hmm. Like this bastardization of Blackness, this criminalization of Blackness that has been like very prevalent in America, and it's almost like a global thing at this point. Like there's nowhere in this world.
It's lazy thinking, though. I mean, look, when you look at the numbers, and I'm not downplaying criminal activity at all, but we have I think the U.S. population is about 335 million people. That's who's counted according to the U.S. Census. And 2 million people, just a little over 2 million people are in prison right now. That's all the prisons all across the United States. Now, I'm not saying that's not a problem. What I'm telling you is that 2 million people compared to 335 million, that's a small portion of your population. Now, I understand that a lot of Black men are in prison. But again, Black people are targeted disproportionately, and then on top of that, Black people are denied, economic opportunities, education, political advantage, all of that stuff that everybody else gets. This is one of the issues that I have when people try to compare Black men to every other group. I'm like, okay, so tell me when the Asians were enslaved. Talk to me about the Hispanics. When were they enslaved in America? When did they have to suffer through Jim Crow? And when did they get beat for just trying to apply for a job? Like none of that stuff happened to them. So you can't compare Black men to anybody else. So again, when I have these conversations, people, well, hey, it's like, well, you come off as a radical dude. I'm like, no, I'm just asking just basic questions, man. But under President Barack Obama and under Joe Biden, both of these presidents, Democratic presidents, did you know that they're paying reparations to Holocaust survivors in the United States? Did you know that?
Nah, I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So things like that. So if they can find money for those folks, heck, they're actually coming up with LBGT reparations right now. They're calling it gay reparations because you know, back in the day they feel like gay people were like discriminated against, and maybe they were, but that's actually going to be a thing. So gay people are going to get reparations. So if everybody else can get reparations, then what's the problem?
They're going to pass that gay reparations. Come on, man. I didn't
It's going to happen. I can guarantee you it's going to happen because they've already put everything in place to make that happen. And that started under President Obama. So, and then, you know, Biden is actually playing that out. So he's carrying that out. So it's going to happen. And it's not going to happen, I suspect, mostly for black people. It's probably going to happen for other racial groups, but not mostly for black people. But at any rate, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining or anything. It's just these are the things that I'm talking about when I have these conversations with people, and they're looking at me like, well, you're asking these questions. These are just some difficult questions. No, they aren't. You know, if black people don't deserve reparations, then why do Native Americans deserve reparations? True. You know, that's complete hypocrisy. Don't give it to anybody. Either we all get it or nobody gets it. You know, either we all get, you got, and then the other thing too with the immigrants, people who are coming in, I get that the United States is going to let them in and we can't stop that. It is what it is. They're getting $20 billion. The United States government is spending $20 billion a year on immigration. $20 billion. So what that tells me is that they want it to happen. Whatever's happening as it relates to immigration, right, wrong, or indifferent, it doesn't matter. They want it to happen because they're spending the money. $20 billion. All right. And then on top of that, you got black men out here asking for jobs, going out and applying for jobs and being turned away. There's literally articles saying that, you got employers who refuse to hire black men. But meanwhile, they'll sit here and call black men lazy and talk about and criminalize black men and talk about how much they're in jail. I just gave you the numbers. The whole population, prison population in the United States is just a little over 2.1 million. All right, now still 2.2 million people is a lot of people, but what I'm telling you is that in the overall scheme of things, that's not a lot of, compared to 335 million against the total population. Yeah, I mean, we got some terrible numbers, but then again, you got black people being arrested for frivolous charges that other people don't get arrested for. You got people from other races out here committing heinous crimes. They're not even getting arrested. So again, if the law is the law, then apply the law. So these are just things that I see. And again, I'm not trying to complain or anything. It's just things that I point out when I have this conversation with people. So, hey, I won't hold you. I mean, it's a good video. I know you're giving out talking points and you're good information.
Listen, I do this for Black Americans, right? And that's why I had this panel and stuff and invited everybody to put the link out there so everyone can come up and say, how they feel, because I think sometimes when I'm speaking, right, sometimes I feel like I'm speaking to an audience that may not even understand the black plight, right? A lot of people really don't understand that these corporations do not hire black men. A lot of people do not understand that black men in authority go through the most, get the most, what would they call that? Pushback, at the job. You're the supervisor and everyone's kind of freaking backbiting you and stuff like that, just because you're a black man, and
they'll find all kinds of reasons to aggravate you, to harass you, and all this other stuff. And you can't even say it's racism, because if you do, then it's like, hey, stop with all the racism, stop with all the whining and crying, pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. You guys are always living in the past and screaming racism, and so this is what black people, or I'll just say black men. I don't really know what women are dealing with. I hear about it, but I don't want to speak for the women. But this is what black men are having to deal with. I mean, that is actually frustrating when I'm sitting here reading this article, and this was at the time of COVID, when they were sitting here talking about, we need workers. You have companies openly admitting that they are refusing to hire black men, while at the same time screaming for workers, and then at the same time villainizing black men, calling them lazy and saying they're criminals. And keep in mind, again, the overwhelming majority of black men are productive, hardworking, contributing members of society. It's like that whole group. And, obviously, I don't know what your background is and, whether or not what your past is. But the bottom line is the majority of black men don't even have a criminal record. That's the overwhelming majority. All right, you got over 60% of black men are in the middle class or better. When you add the rich guys in there, the ones who are independently wealthy and the ones who are rich, like the celebrities, it's like 64% of black men are in the middle class or better. 64%. And then you got the lower and the solid middle class, and you got the upper middle class. I'm in the upper middle class myself, but the bottom line is that that's 60% of your black men who are productive. Those guys never even get mentioned. We're not running around here looking for medals and stuff like that, or a sticker to pin on our chest. But I mean, black men are the only group of men that's actually demonized and villainized. I look at every day I get on the news, I look on the internet, I watch the news, I read the newspaper, or I'll even listen to the new. You guys are part of the new black media. I'll listen to you guys. I'm listening to all the crime that's being committed, not only by black people, but by people from Asians, Hispanics, white folks, even immigrants. I'm like, well, so why is it only one group in particular is being villainized? Because do we hate black people that much? And keep in mind, you asked the question, so what have black men done in America to deserve this kind of treatment? What have we done?
Nothing. We're just like the scapegoat. We're like the national scapegoat.
Yeah, people can't. Yeah, exactly. People can't even answer that question intelligently. If I ask somebody who's non-black, they start stuttering and stammering. I'm like, tell me what black people have done to deserve the treatment that they get in the United States. Tell me what black men have done specifically. We got the bad actors and we have criminals. Okay, so those guys get punished. Tell me what the rest of us have done. You're punishing those guys. So what have the rest of us done?
Like you made a great point, right? You said 60% of black men don't even have a criminal record.
Yeah,
and I feel
60%. Yeah.
Like, and I feel as if like America doesn't highlight that enough. Like they specifically create like this propaganda to push this like image of like the black man is like always criminal, right? Now don't get it twisted, right? You do have like your criminal element because there are people that grow up in an environment that can sometimes gravitate towards the propaganda, right? Gravitate towards the television. You're going to gravitate towards like what you think is popular, what you think is hot or whatever, right? You're a kid. You don't really know no better. So, you go out, you might go left for a little bit, but then you get back on the right track and stuff like that. But for the most part, if they will show you from the get, right? If they would promote more positive black images, they will promote more, first of all, let me rewind a little bit. If they would like literally make some policy for these corporations to employ black men, not that affirmative action bullcrap that ended up employing a whole bunch of women and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that would help with that aspect of it. But two, if the media would actually, show more, not only positive images of black men, but actually show that men like you who actually have like productive lives and stuff like that. Unless you get on the internet, you wouldn't see this. You wouldn't even hear this.
Yeah, you're right. Well, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. So mainstream media is not going to do that. So this is what. So I mean, I
live in the Bronx, right? You feel me? I live in the Bronx, right? So in the Bronx, it's a mixture of like middle class and like lower class all bunched in together, or whatever the case may be. And a lot of these kids out here, they don't even know that there's black men out here with jobs and stuff like that. They don't even understand that like there's black men out here who's making $4,000 a week, $5,000 a week. These kids don't even know. They don't think that's real. Like they think like that's literally like the only way you can make like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a week in a paycheck or something like that is if you're a rapper or something and you work at a club, or if for females or something like that. If you're like one of whatever little promiscuous things. I'm just speaking to like the younger element. I'm not speaking about like the older guys. As you get older, you realize it's all a game. You realize like it's all a play. It's all propaganda and stuff like that. But from the age of like 10 years old to about 18, 19 years old, almost everybody get caught like in that American programming, unless we have one of those parents that's like raised in consciousness that's going to like break it down, or unless now that we have the internet and stuff like that, you go online and you end up like listening to the right creators and stuff like that. But outside of that, you wouldn't even know that exists. So we do and that's like really my whole goal. And I appreciate you saying Like that's why you watch like the new black media, because like that's our goal, right? To put all of these images of not only positive black men, but black men in great economic positions, right? Black men who don't have to hustle to pay their bills, or to drive fancy cars, or whatever the case may be. Because some of us some of us, like me, I speak for myself, me as a kid, right? Me at 16 years old, I would see a black man in a Mercedes Benz, and I think, yo, damn, he probably hustling. Like, he probably, and then you don't even realize, like, damn, 2/3 of the people I see got legitimate jobs. And then the other 1/3, whatever the case may be, they probably have like, self-employed. They might be like a barber or something like that, whatever the case may be. It's not really as bad as you think it is. But when you're young, you don't have no one to sit there and tell you like, yo, the news is lying to you, these people are lying to you, and stuff like that. So it is what it is. And sorry, what I'm saying, to let you drain off and all that.
Yeah, well, so a lot of black men are actually blue collar workers. That's blue collar work used to be our thing, by the way. And then we had more and more black men going to college, and we started going into corporate areas, and that's fine, nothing wrong with that. We need lawyers, we need doctors, we need professors, we need engineers, we need those guys. But everybody can't do that, and not only that, everybody doesn't want to. It takes 10 years to be a doctor. Some guys don't want to do that, but you can graduate high school, and in a couple of years you have a trade, and you're already making, you start off making 60, 70, a few years after that, you're making 80, about a decade into it, you're over six figures as a blue collar worker, welding, construction, ship, what is it? What, HVAC, all these blue collar trades, they're out there. So that gets looked over and that gets dismissed. And again, just for me, one of the reasons I started doing all the research was I started hearing all the negative rhetoric about black men. I'm like, well, doggone, let's find out what's really going on. Let's find out who's really in prison, who's really, not working, who's really graduating high school, who's really got a degree, and all this other stuff and everything else. Like, that's what people have to do. So it's really, if you're going to rely on the stereotypes, then I just look at you as a lazy thinker. And I'll tell you that. Like, well, if you want to go ahead and go straight to the stereotypes, you know what? Then I'm gonna call you a lazy thinker, because that's surface level thinking. You're not trying to. And interesting enough, like I said, we don't put that on any other group. We don't look at the white folks who don't have a college degree, or who have been in prison. We don't look at them in a negative way. Not as a collective. Not only that, we don't take their worst group and then apply that stereotype to the whole, to all white men. Nobody's doing that. We know that those guys those people who stormed the Capitol on January 6th, we know that's not every white person in America. We're just not that stupid. I don't even know how to be that stupid. But somehow when it comes to black people, everybody's like, oh, well, all of y'all are like this. Like, oh, really? So you're admitting to that level of just surface level thinking that you just can't think beyond. So you're either anti-black, or you're just lazy and doing research, or you're just a lazy thinker. That's the only other thing I can come up with. But most of it's just really anti-black.
All the time. But let's get back into this video real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people probably ain't like really hear this.
Y'all been rocking with me 20 plus years. I've been doing this shit. Ain't nobody gave me no damn clout or nothing. I've been doing this. And I don't even have to brag on it. So everybody hold your horses and stay focused. If your focal point is keeping the reparations conversation going, is that what we're doing? If we out here hitting the streets and doing these summits and getting out here in the media talking about reparations, the focus is going to be on reparations. Yeah, I didn't know this was a clout pageant where there's a first, second, and third runner-up, and we got to give them clout. I don't know what that is, man. I'm not into that type of shit. I give props where props are due, but damn.
Care. It's been the heart of our mission for more than 25 years. If you need health insurance, or if your coverage is changing, but
I didn't know this was Mrs. and Mr. America, whatever the fuck niggas are trying to do. Let me get some more people in here. Raise your hand if y'all want to chop it up. Let's get Black American Exceptionists. Hop in, brother.
Yo.
What's up, family?
Yeah, what's good? Yeah, I was in that space earlier. One of the issues is that, you know, how long, I want to ask you a question. How long have you been seeing about folks organizing, you know, these nationwide pull-ups to get the message out and to stomp on the lineage?
Well, the conversation about reparations, I'm going to talk about it on my end. We've been getting this stuff popping for a minute. We've been getting it popping for a minute, and this is not a new conversation. The momentum has been growing over the years. It just didn't start this year. The momentum has been growing over the years. So it's not just one group. Let's be clear.
Oh, no, that's understood. That's definitely understood.
Right.
Now, but what I asked you was, as far as our action, mobilizing grassroots in the ground, when, you know, how long have you known about us organizing these actions?
To be honest, I just been hearing recently about some of the pull-ups that were starting to happen as far as reparations with the Secure the Tribe guys. I didn't know the specific dates because I don't stay in these Twitter spaces. But
okay, for
you
sure.
feel what I'm saying?
Well, a big issue is that right now, you're part of the New Black Media, right? You know, you one of the people spearheading the New Black Media, and right now you got overseas media. You got, you know, suspected white supremacist media spinning the narrative of these pull-ups and burying the lead on why we actually took these grassroots actions. So, you know, we just trying to understand, you know, y'all, we rocking with y'all. So when we see that the spin is being put out, we expect that the New Black Media to reverse that and to stand with us just as we've been standing with them.
Right, and you see how they're spinning it, and when they spin it like this, the last thing I'm going to do, brother, is start pointing the fingers at niggas, saying he organized it. You see what I'm saying? When they start spinning it, I know where that's going. They're going to try to radicalize niggas and centralize it so that they can target one group of niggas. And I'm not going to point you guys out, even though you want some shine and all that. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, them niggas did it.
It ain't that we won't shine, brother. We just looking for the record to be corrected by folks that we've been standing in the paint for and taking shots for. You know, we in spaces all the time and they trying to, you know, project things onto you and the others. You know what I'm saying? You most likely, you know, you're a lightning rod. So we defend you, brother. We take away the spin. You know what I'm saying? Every time we come on here and these ops come in. So when you see the spin is being put up on us, you know, we just asking for the same reciprocity. And we aren't seeing that. And we aren't seeing that. They're out here, like I said, they're burying the lead, but they putting reparations and delineation at the bottom of their articles. And we got folks in the New Black Media, such as Queen Ahmadiyya Shakur, running with that narrative and not doing anything to correct it when she spoke with people that were in these pull-ups before.
All right. There you go. Thank you so much, brother. All right. I don't think I'm too familiar with that person, but look, we've been talking about this. Look, we've been on this reparations thing for a minute. The reparations task force that they had out here, where they had the virtual meeting, I spoke on the virtual meeting, speaking about the importance of lineage, how important that was, and we were all instrumental in getting them in California to put lineage-based reparations down for the record. There was a lot of us, and I was directly involved in helping get that, but I don't want no victory lap. I'm not doing a victory lap on that because we ain't got no money yet. I was, again, Camilla Moore, we was just with her this weekend. So there's a lot of us involved. So us sitting around giving out participation trophies, nobody has no money yet. We haven't gotten the reparations checks yet. You understand? So this is still a progress. This is still an effort that we're still working on right now. Let me get some more people. Let me get Great Black Shark in here. Great Black Shark, what's up, fam? Yes, sir. What's going on?
First of all, salute to you, Sister Tisla, Brother Rizza, and everybody that was at the Revolt Summit, man. Y'all represent us very well. I'll be very brief, and I want the youth that are out there doing the work, pay close attention to what Brother Flakes is saying and what I'm about to say next. Please do understand that the elders that have been doing this work on the grassroots for a long time, sometimes before you jump to judgment, be slow to do that and consider that there may be a reason why certain things aren't being done a certain way. It's always better to ask questions before you jump out the window, because as elders, one of our responsibilities that some would say the baby boomers dropped the ball on is to protect you all, okay?
Yeah.
It's to protect you all, because see, we already know that the white media, they will cover something, but they will do it in a way where it will denigrate and disparage us. So we have to get used to, or they should get used to, operating as a team. Okay, that's what codification is about. Like Brother Flake said, we're not following any one person, we're following the code and the logic. So sometimes be slow to speak and sometimes be quicker to ask questions. Because see, this thing, what we're doing right now, we're at a critical hour in our history, and we can't afford to drop the ball by falling for the same plays. I mean, they've already thrown every play at us over the years to disrail any movement we have. So if they're gonna beat us, family, let them beat us in a different way, not the same old, same old. With that said, I'll let my play.
Thank you so much. Real good talking. Up there in the Northern California, there was a white supremacist who showed up to one of the pull-up rallies, and there was a sister I saw in one of the spaces saying that somebody doxed her. She was at one of the pull-up rallies and somebody found her information and they doxed her. You understand? I already know how this shit goes, man. You don't want to centralize that and start pointing out individual people so that they can be targeted. Let's be clear. I am not the leader. Let's stop trying to make me and Marcel and other people the leader of everybody. I am not nobody's leader. I can only do enough. What that was about. So I don't respect none of that type of shit. I don't know what that ain't got nothing to do with no pull-up. You talking some shit like that. That ain't got nothing to do with no pull-up or what I'm doing. Let me get on. Let's get who we got? Okay, let's get Free R. Kelly in here. Free R. Kelly in here. What's up, Free R. Kelly?
Brother Place, how you doing?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind?
I'm doing good, King. I just want to say two things in particular, and then I'm gonna go ahead and slide off. The first thing, I was in the space earlier. I know you said something about Mama Yaya said something about your children. From my understanding, Mama Yaya was referring to the pull-ups as a baby. She was referring to the pull-ups as a baby.
Yo, that cult-like mentality.
Specifically about me having COVID in my infant daughter. Something she mentioned something specifically about me and.
Okay. I know of an analogy where she definitely was referring to the pull-up as a baby as well. And then the second thing I want to say is
just be lying, yo.
It has to be made very, very clear. And I'm not saying like this like to you, because I feel like a lot of times people run to you and they run to Professor Black Truth and others in an attempt to like try to get somebody in trouble type shit. It was made very clear in the space, dear brother. We appreciate the work that the Black media has done. Brothers and sisters had issues where they feel like the coverage was not there. And I made it a point, and other people made it a point. This is not about Brother Tariq. Now, people who made it specifically about you, they have to stand on their own square. But we made it very, very clear. This was across the board. I'm not just talking about brothers and sisters that got blue check. I'm talking about the brothers and sisters that be on YouTube. Like I even said Dr. Boyce Watkins and stuff like that, because these are people that we look up to and we expect a hell of a lot out of. So it wasn't anything personal. It was just on some people getting their grievances out. Me personally, I don't even think it's as big of a deal as a lot of people are trying to make it. I appreciate the brothers and sisters in the Black media for everything they do. You went to the Rizzo, I know you went there for the family. When even though I have my differences with the brother Jason Black, I'm not going to negate the good that he's done for our people. So I just think that a lot of times in these back channels, people send messages with the intent not to try to solve nothing or try to bring people together. They do it with the intent on trying to put people against each other. And you're right. We all not gonna like each other. We all not gonna. I'm like you. I don't need nobody to like me. I embrace the fucking bad guy rule. It is what it is. As long as we get our damn check at the end of this, we could hate on each other with our feet up on a damn yacht somewhere. I don't give a damn. But that's all I want to say, Brother Flex. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the brothers and sisters, quote unquote big name, quote unquote little name. If you step in for foundational Black Americans, I fuck with you. I'm a ride for you.
No doubt. Thank you so much, bro. Let me get Teslin on. Teslin, what's up, sis?
Hello, Tariq and everybody.
Tesla about to go off though. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. We got an intro this one. Shout out to our good brother Kevin C pulling up and all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Dropping them gems. The panel is always open. Well, at least when I'm on stream, y'all. The panel is always open for y'all to come up and take over the platform, man. You feel me? Like, you know, I'm not one of those star type of interviewers. I'm not none of those, you know what I'm saying? This ain't that. Over here, we super respectful. Even the people that, you know what I'm saying, when they come up here, probably, I don't even know. Even if you come up here on some disrespectful shit, I'm still going to try to be respectful. But we share the platform, you feel me? Like, this is for the people. Like, this is for the people. This is for everybody to come up here and let the world know how you feel. So it's not just like I'm this one Black American person who feels this way. You know, sometimes we gotta show these people that it's more of us that feel this way. And even with my little it's not even personal because I don't even know these people personally. My little situation, you know, with Secure the Tribe and, you know, all the little problems that we have with Secure the Tribe and stuff like that. I do respect the fact that they held this rally. I do respect the fact that they stuck to their guns. I mean, I don't like. I wish they didn't actually show the guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, maybe the niggas taking shit too literal and all that. Like, you know, I wish they did not actually, you know, come out there and, you know, be that aggressive. But I understand, you know, because a lot of times, you know, you're in these Twitter spaces and you have these people who come up and they be like, yo, man, we done did the marching, we done did the protesting, man. I'm tired, man. Yeah, you know, the only thing we didn't do was just start the revolution, man. It's time. And you like, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? You about to jump off that cliff, bro. About to jump off that cliff. You know what I'm saying? Like, something that's really like misunderstood, and not only in activism but in life in general, is the power of the L. And you know, I hate to digress and all that, but nevertheless, this is what you're here for. The power of an L. Sometimes it's okay to take a loss. Sometimes it's okay to be humble, right? Sometimes it's okay to kind of like turn the other cheek. I understand, you know, yo, man, the whole Bible done, you know, it done effed our brains up, and it programmed our people, and I get that whole aspect. And I'm not saying go with the whole Bible and all that. I'm just saying sometimes it's strategically, tactically right, or at least the right decision at that moment in time to turn the other cheek or take the L, right? Because you lose the battle to win the war. You don't really even lose the battle. You know what I'm saying? You adjust your position in the battle. It may be forward, it may be backwards, but your position is adjusted, and you know what I'm saying? You still going towards the goal. I think that Secure the Tribe takes a lot of the things that people say literally into heart, and they feel like maybe if we go out there and show all these guns we spent all this money on, because guns is not cheap. That's another thing too. You know what I'm saying? Same way niggas like to show off their Marys and all that. Nigga want to show off his motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Nigga want to show off that I don't really want to start going into naming names and manufacturers of guns and all that stuff. I live in New York City. I don't live in the South, so I don't have like that freedom like people in the South have. And at least I can sports bet. So I understand that aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know how to move in this situation. You got to really know how to move. But I appreciate them going out there and standing on their square. But what Sister Tesla about to come on, what she's about to do, what she's about to say, if you were a real activist, if you really got boots on the ground, you really trying to change your community, you really, you're not using your money to protect you from the poverty and all that, from people in poverty. If you use your money to go back to the hood and make yourself a target to actually and better your peers and your friends and create opportunities where there is no opportunities. If you really doing stuff like that, if you really out here doing the work, and I don't just mean on some activism, I just mean just making the Black American community better. If you really out here doing the work, what Tesla about to say gonna hit your heart. This may be the best caller to ever call Tariq's show. Now, present and past. Look, Mike even saw fucking up. Let's go.
Said one thing in your room. You always acknowledge, always show me love, but I never raised my hand. But I could not pass this up. Guys, and all due respect, I don't know much about Secure the Tribe. I just came out of the other room. I only heard maybe about 10 or 15 minutes of your grievances. But I want to say this. You got
They love putting these. They Cash App just know when something important about to be said. Nah, because maybe a lot of people like been like rewinding that part.
You're gonna have to figure out what side are you.
Oh, dang! I ain't gonna lie. I gotta rewind this a little bit. You got to catch this from the beginning. I'm sorry.
On trying to put people against each other. And you're right. We all not going to.
Hello, Tariq, and everybody in the room. I come in your room often, and I rarely speak. I think I've only said one thing in your room. You always acknowledge, always show me love, but I never raised my hand. But I could not pass this up, guys. And in all due respect, I don't know much about Secure the Tribe. I just came out of the other room. I only heard maybe about 10 or 15 minutes of your grievances. But I want to say this. You're going to have to figure out what side are you on. We are literally fighting on every level.
Yes.
While Tariq is in here talking to y'all about this shit, that clown that obviously was disrupted, that was there to disrupt, is over there tweeting about Tariq right now. While we up here talking about this, about how Tariq took a picture. Tariq already said he took a picture with the clown.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, took a picture. He came back taking a picture. Like, okay, cool. I watched Tariq take pictures with a whole bunch of folks this week. Watch Tariq interact with a whole bunch of people that's not always going to be in line with what it is that we're trying to do. But he was there to say this is what he's standing on and bringing FBA to the main stage. When niggas say you don't put it on the main stage, then he put it on the main stage, and y'all say, well, why is it on the main stage? Why are you fucking with Pup? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Then we got to deal with internal agents on the stage, maybe or maybe not. We got to deal with agents in the audience, and then the man got to come home and deal with this bullshit within your own tribe. Yeah. What side are you going to be on? Now, let me tell you something about the work. When I did the training two weeks ago with Push the Line, and this is the truth, and I put this on both my dead parents. Like they say in the hood, I put it on my dead mama and my dead dad. Every time Jade was in different spaces, she would say, shout out to our sister Tesla, she's doing a training such and such. I hit Jade up on the back end, and you're welcome. You have permission to post the screenshot receipt. I said, Jade, don't worry about promoting it. I know Tariq don't have no problem if she would have mentioned it in his spaces. I know he don't have no problem with that. But I told Jade, don't do that, because I prefer to do things the right way, go through the proper channels, and ask for a shout out, like I did with Bishop Talbot Swan in the building. I try to ask the right way. Tariq ain't got no problem supporting me
at all.
But because I am a worker on the ground, it's not about being promoted. It's about doing the goddamn work. And at the end of the day, regardless of who lifting you up, not lifting you up, who promoting you, not promoting you, I sat there myself, and I'm not saying this to big up myself. I'm just telling you the truth. Every person in that room, yes, we had people share the flyer, but do you actually think that's what got people, the 300 people in that room? I texted, emailed every single person that was in that room for 4 months straight. So pat on the back for whatever it is you feel you need to do. Welcome to the real deal struggle.
Exactly.
That is what it requires to get people to actually, quote unquote, pull up, rally, protest, show up, whatever it is you want to call it. It is a year-round thing of engagement. It is constant engagement. It is constant moving. It is constantly getting people to the front line. So
do y'all understand what she's saying? Do y'all understand what she's saying though? Like, I think a lot of us in the activism space, especially a lot of us that's new, right? You know, I mean, I've probably been like boots on the ground, probably about 3-4 years now. So I still consider myself new because you speak to so much people that's been doing this for 10, 20 years, 30 years. So I still consider myself new. So a lot of us people that's new to the activism space, we feel like, okay, when we organize a rally, when we organize a protest, when we organize, any act of rebellion in a civil manner, right? Any type of civil discourse in which, we could change government or policies or change our communities. We feel like it's supposed to be a success, or it's automatically gonna be a success, or every other activist and pro-black or conscious person, who supposedly supports your ideology is going to promote and support what you do, and they may even support what you do, but not everybody could promote everything or whatever the case may be. But a lot of us, when we just get into the activism space, we start feeling slighted by, why we not getting recognized by such and such, or why people don't understand what we trying to say. Like, why am I lonely in this struggle right here? Like, I'm trying to better this. I'm trying to better my community. I'm trying to make it better for me, you, the whole family, the whole everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it better for my entire race. Why is it that I'm walking this path alone? Or I'm at this rally alone with, or luckily with a couple of people. You getting lucky if you got a couple people there. I'm be honest with you, especially if you're new. Anything less than 5 years, me personally, I consider that new. Now, and the reason why I say less than 5 years, because if this activism don't break you by 5 years, I'm not speaking like a pro enough. I'm just telling you what people told me. This activism ain't break you in 5 years, then this is what you really meant to do. A lot of us feel like our communities are automatically supposed to believe in us. Won't we say, yo, you know what, we're going to fight this white supremacy fight. But at the end of the day, there's been many people that came before us that failed, that was agents that betrayed our people, that let our people down, that led them astray. There is no more trust in the black community. So if you have some type of like rally, protest, you're organizing some type of like civil act of rebellion, understand that it may just be you. It may just be you that's going to have to really ride on that cause until people, kind of come around to it. Or they may not come around to it. But if you really feel like this is your mission from God and all that, none of that other shit shouldn't even matter.
All of this crying about what somebody ain't doing, not doing, nobody cover my damn story either. So you lucky if you get one share. If somebody share it, cool. That's all I asked Bishop Swan to do. Would you retweet it for me, brother? He did it one time and that was it. That's all I needed because I'm a motherfucking hustler. So if you are going to be in this work, you're going to have to hustle. And y'all had way more people on your staff than I had me. So congratulations. And let me say this. Tariq did talk about I don't know if you remember Tariq. I can't wait till the audio come out. He did talk about the rallies going all over the country on the revolt stage. He talked about it on the stage.
Yo, these ads, boy. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, Tariq, you made at least
on the stage. And then after that, as we sat there for 8 hours, let's just run this shit on, run these receipts on down in case Tariq don't want to.
We're gonna start posting receipts up in here. We're gonna have to start posting all the damn receipts.
Yeah, let's really start talking about receipts. On Monday, when we sat there, do y'all realize? And I can't wait. I hope the pilot comes out. While y'all sitting up tearing this man down, he's up here talking to old boy redneck about reverse racism. We're sitting there face to face, not on no motherfucking internet, face to face with the opposition in the studio about reverse racism, face to face with a brother that disagreed with Tariq about the gay agenda, face to face with people that said tearing down all the movement work that we're trying to do in order to keep black people from being killed. I'm talking about face to face. So while y'all tearing him down, and this ain't me defending, I'm just telling you what the fuck it is. I'm also watching Tariq. We sat there for 8 hours. This man is damn near going to sleep on me talking. I had to say,
I was so fucking tired.
He was so tired.
My eyes were damn near closed.
His eyes was damn near closed. And you know what we was talking about? Guess what, Marcel? You know what we was talking about? Your campaign. Yep. He was asking, well, what can we do to help Marcel move forward? How can we this? I said, well, Juicy was there. Matter of fact, let's run the motherfucking receipts. He said, Juicy make a great candidate. I said, yeah, she's really trying to push on the communication side. I think she'll be really good with communication. Just a moment ago, she offered you niggas free communications. She said, I'm just one person. They were tearing her down. You didn't put the music behind. Why you put the music behind the audio? Why you didn't do this? She's one person trying to record.
Yo, hold on. Why the fuck is my shit so fucking? So you see, Honeybee? You in the comments ask me why you got the music playing. See? You see? You sound like them people that Tesla talking about.
Trying to put it up, trying to edit it.
And just for the record, the music is playing so that, like, I'm not going to get into all that. It's not my business to teach out of business, right? That's what Star said before he sued my black ass. That's what I'm going to tell y'all.
And niggas is talking about, boy, imagine if what? Well, where the fuck was you niggas at? Let's just really go ahead and have this conversation. So while y'all pulling up, we pulling up somewhere else. The goal is that everybody pulling up at the same time. And while you're pulling up, they're pulling us down. What side of the table are you going to be on? And this ain't me trying to call it, because I don't know nothing about secure the tribe, unlock the tribe, lease the tribe. I don't know shit about shit. What I do know is, though, that I watched this man and us and many others continue to do all that we can. Tariq couldn't even stick around to even after the damn pilot. He had to go back to handle his own personal business. I'm watching the man FaceTime with his kids. I got kids too. People, we all got shit that we got to do. Everybody's trying to pour whatever they can into the game, and you guys have to make up your mind. Are you going to stand with each other? One thing I respect, because I can put down a lot of people say, why you fuck with Tariq? Why you this? Why you that? And you know what I always say, and I've said this publicly, I've said it privately. The reason why I believe that Tariq is so necessary is because somebody has to be out here doing this shit, even if they think it is out of pocket, out of control, somebody has to do it. And the thing I always say is, Tariq's people ride with him. That's the number one thing that I'm proud of, that even people in my circle that may not be a fan of how Tariq move, and he may not be a fan of him, I'm always bragging and told Tariq that. I said, you got a hell of a team behind you. You got people that really fuck with you. So come on, guys. Y'all
shout out to the FBA family.
And love and all that, and it really ain't no motherfucking love. Secure the tribe for real. And again, let me just say this. I'm gonna shut up because I'm going on and on. I understand if y'all have issues with, hey, we feel like we could have got more coverage. But I'm just telling you, you're never going to get. One of the sessions that we taught at the training was, it's all about we, but it falls on me. At the end of the day, even if it's one person standing out there hollering with one sign and don't nobody cover it, The question is, will you do it? You're going
Amen.
to be challenged. You're going to be isolated. You're going to feel like you are alone because the work is designed to do that. It is designed to make you quit. So if you are a quitter, get pocket out of control. Somebody has to do it. And the thing I always say is, Tariq's people ride with him. That's the number one thing that I'm proud of, that even people in my circle that may not be a fan of how Tariq moves, and he may not be a fan of him, I'm always bragging and told Tariq that. I said, you got a hell of a team behind you. You got people that really fuck with you. So come on, guys. Y'all can't just keep coming in these rooms, peace and blessings and love and all that, and it really ain't no motherfucking love. Secure the tribe for real. And again, let me just say this. I'm gonna shut up because I'm going on and on. I understand if y'all have issues with, hey, we feel like we could have got more coverage. But I'm just telling you, you're never going to get. One of the sessions that we taught at the training was, it's all about we, but it falls on me. At the end of the day, even if it's one person standing out there hollering with one sign and don't nobody cover it, the question is, will you do it? You're going to be challenged. You're going to be isolated. You're going to feel like you are alone because the work is designed to do that. It is designed to make you quit. So if you are a quitter, get your ass out the way and stand out there.
Say that one more time. One more time.
The question is, will you do it? You're going to be challenged. You're going to be isolated. You're going to feel like you are alone because the work is designed to do that. It is designed to make you quit. So if you are a quitter, get your ass out the way and let's connect and move this forward. I'm done.
Thank you so much, dear. Real good points, man. Real talk. You know, I'm offended by the bullshit. What I'm supposed to be, I'm giving cats enough props. What else am I supposed to damn do? And again, I didn't even know when their pull-ups were going to be specific, when it was going to happen, until it happened, until the day it happened. And then when it was happening, I'm at Revolt shouting it out. I'm shouting it out on the stage. And then afterwards, when I get back to the room Monday, I'm still shouting them out. Hey, man, good job, guys. And then niggas turn around and say, well, that ain't enough. Fuck that nigga, he all this. I ain't like him anyway. Really?
Yeah,
that type of shit ain't cool. Call ICE, hop on, ma'am. Call ICE, hop on, ma'am. I can hear you. I'm good. How are you?
Great, thank you. So I just want to clear a couple things up because I've been listening, and I just want to make sure that it's very clear.
And before I let one of these fucking security shop people speak, I really do want to speak to that, you know what I'm saying, this activism stuff is not easy. You really got to be a disciplined, focused, resilient person to go against the world for your people that don't even understand what you doing is literally what they need, is what their entire family needs. Every black person needs reparations. Every single black American person, every single foundational black American person needs reparations. Not black immigrants, no. If you're an American descendant of slavery, you deserve reparations. This country was built on slavery. There's no if, no ands, no buts about it. When every dictator want to study a genocide, when they want to study racism, when they want to study how to rig the game against a particular race, Adolf Hitler studied America. The most hated dictator in the world got his game from America. He was an artist. He was drawing pictures, and then he read. I forgot. I don't want to misquote and send y'all down the wrong rabbit hole. Cause I forgot the particular president's book that he read, and he literally formed the whole Nazi ideology after an American doctrine. That's what they don't tell you. This stuff ain't gonna be easy, man. This stuff ain't for clout. Stuff ain't for clicks. I don't give a damn about no views. I don't care who watching this. I don't, you know what? This ain't about none of that. Is this message getting to the right people? That's what it's about.
Number one, Free R. Kelly said this, and I want to make sure that I reiterate it. You are not being singled out. The talk was about the new black media as a whole. So I don't like, the notion that we were attacking you or we were coming at you or whatever the case may be. We were talking about the new black media on whatever level that may be.
Man, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I really don't even care to hear what they about to say. 'Cause they about to keep copping the fifth and keep lying and all that shit. That's all they be doing over there. They just, you know what I'm saying? They just be like making shit up as they go, and then they gonna make another fucking Twitter space and talk more shit. But for the most part, I agree. I agree with our elder, right? Because there is no leaders in the foundational Black American movement. So I agree with our elder Tariq Nasheed. I'm not in this to be liked, to make friends. I'm in this to get the job done. I'm in this to make sure that when I finally have my first child, they not born listening to or experiencing the same propaganda that I used to experience, that I used to listen to, that led me astray for many years. I want my kid to see 64% of middle class black men. I want my kid to go online after Sony Pictures pay for his little after school program to go to the movie theaters to see a movie about a lie named Woman King. I want my son, hopefully it's a son, to be able to go online and see black Americans tell him, no, that's not the truth. No, the homie tribe is not heroes. The homie tribe ain't your homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the truth. That's a lie. Imagine how far most of us would be had we had CRT in schools, had we understood what consciousness was and what it is. That's the purpose of the new black media. Positive images of black men, platforms for black men and women and children, platforms for black nerds, for blurs. As we're fighting a war against white supremacy, I'm fighting a whole nother war in the comic industry. Book name right there. You know, it's 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 battles on multiple fronts. So I don't want to make this a real back and forth thing with Secure the Tribe and stuff like that. I really didn't want to do this video, but it's like I had to because, you know, I had to. But best believe this will be the last video I ever do on Secure the Tribe. One that don't even get views like that because they're really like a small Twitter group, some small friends Twitter group that just think they're bigger than what they are. And two, at least they trying. But I definitely don't want to be included in that federal indictment. That's probably gonna end up coming their way because you're attracting a wrong type of energy and attention to yourself. Moving how y'all moving. Tariq Nasheed condemning Secure the Tribe is probably the last nail on their coffin. But maybe they bounce back. You know, it is what it is. But I hope they do stay on that reparations path, man. It's definitely needed. But I could bet y'all about $20 that by this time next year, Secure the Tribe is going to be on a whole different wave. It ain't going to be about reparations no more. It's going to be about something else. So, who knows? But with that being said, God damn it. Yeah, I fucking hate stream, y'all. Yeah, with that being said, man, it's the most wise for your belly, man. Shout out to Kevin C for tapping in. Shout out to Honey B for hating. Nah, shout out to Honey B. You know what I'm saying? I had to wait, hating, waiting, whatever. I don't know those rhymes. But either or, you know, shout out to